It's Eric, Cyclonic Media on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Let's cover this 2026 Arc Raiders roadmap. 2025 brought us one of the best games in the last decade, an absolute banger from a smaller Swedish development team in Embark Studios. Like a lot of you out there, this was my first dive into the extraction shooter genre and has exceeded expectations big time. Last I checked, over 12 million copies sold across all platforms and only a few months in. Monumental stuff. We saw a new map conditions, some new items including cosmetics, challenges, trials, and some other content drops fairly straight away after release. It's been a minute though since we got a big update from Embark, and today they dropped the next few months of what to expect. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. I'm not going to read this little blurb. You can read this basically talking about how they launched in October. They gave us some content for 2025, and as we head into 2026, here are some things. Let's get into the juice of it. All right. January. We're almost done with January, but there are a few things to expect still. New matchmaking option level 40 plus. So maybe is this some sort of skill-based matchmaking, or maybe different types of lobbies based on experience. Maybe they want to keep those newer players in certain types of lobbies for quests or gathering those base materials, something to where it's sifting through the different levels, right? We don't know yet, but maybe something of this sort. New minor map condition. Notice how there's a bird icon there. Maybe some players have reported seeing nests around the map. So new minor map condition, something like a locked gate, not to say it locked gate per se, but something like that. Player project. We saw that with Flickering Flames for the winter event, for the holidays, collecting candleberries and cold snap. So we'll have some sort of seasonal based or limited time project outside of the expedition. In February, we have Shrouded Sky. So January was Headwinds, February Shrouded Sky. New map condition, we have a little wind icon. So maybe something to do with that. Maybe getting blown off of a mountain or a building of sorts. If you get caught in a wind gust, that would be sweet. New arc threat. There's rumors of Shredders getting out of Stellamontis, but there could be some new arc threats completely, which I think we need, right? I think adding new map conditions, weather patterns, things like that are sweet. But at the end of the day, adding more and more arc into the mix increases that PvE threat and keeps things more interesting, more things to account for. Player project, again, maybe some sort of seasonal or limited time event where we are getting cosmetics or items to use in the game by completing these special challenges. Raider deck, if you're not familiar with the game or just getting started, the Raider deck is pretty much a battle pass. So far, they've been free. Well, in a sense to where the currency you use in these battle passes is in the form of the blue currency, the credits. You can use those on these Raider decks to unlock items. Map update. Notice how this one says map update, not minor map condition. So this is probably more of a physical change to an existing map. Maybe reworking something of that sort. Of a certain part of a map or a building, so have you. Expedition window. Our second expedition window closes in February. They have not confirmed if the 5 million stash and coin currency combined is what's needed to unlock the full benefits. There have been talks in Discords and on social handles about how they're reworking those things, but nothing's been confirmed yet. So if you're working on the expedition like I am, it's been quite the slog to get back to that 5 million, even with security breach. Flashpoint for March. A new map condition. Notice again how this is so we have minor map condition in January, map update in February, and now we have new map condition. So something like electromagnetic storm, night raid, things like that. We have new arc threat. So again, do we have a new type of arc joining the fold? That would be sweet. So by March, we could have 2 new types of arc. Player project, again, is this some sort of limited time event, something where we can unlock cool new goodies? And then a Scrappy update. This one's pretty dubious. I don't know what that means. Is Scrappy going to start collecting new items for us? Does he have new swag he can wear, new cosmetics? Is there a level 6 for Scrappy perhaps? I'm not sure. Maybe some of you know better than me by keeping tabs on the social handles or Discord groups. April, Riven Tides. This one's big because we get a actual new map. A new map is big time. I know that in the original roadmap, they said this is going to be a 10-year game. A new map is big stuff. New large arc, something like the Queen or the Matriarch, something big that we have to tackle with multiple squads or at least part of the lobby, right? New map condition. Notice how there's a storm cloud there. On the flashpoint for March, there was a lightning bolt. Is that electricity? We already have electromagnetic storm. So what is this lightning bolt? And then what is this cloud that we see for new map condition? And then April is expedition number 3. That's when it closes. Keep in mind, on a side note for expeditions, when they originally put out literature about expeditions, they said that the temporary bonuses and the way they currently have it structured will cap at 3 expeditions. So April will mark the end of that timeline they initially gave. Are expeditions going to look completely different moving forward? Are they going to cap skill points? Are you done at 15 extra skill points? They did also disclose that they did not want the bonuses from expeditions giving a combative advantage or a strategic advantage over other players. They wanted it to be more quality of life. Speaking of which, at the bottom here, we see new quests, new feats, trials, and events. There's been a lot of call out for reworking the trials. Trials, a lot of them are not fair if you're up against trios. If you're trying to complete trials and get a high score every week, trials can be difficult if you're doing them alone. So are there going to be new trial ladders or categories? New events and feats, new gameplay items, so things we can use in the game, new cosmetics, those keep rolling out, quality of life updates, so probably improvements to the map, less glitch spots, or maybe shortcuts for crafting. I don't know about you, but if I have something and I want to craft it, I should be able to do that without going through every little step. Yes, it's important to remember what's in your stash, but if I have the means to craft something, in my opinion, I should be able to do that very quickly. It should tell me what I'm going to lose or what I have to expend in order to get that end result item. So maybe a quality of life update could be crafting. I know there's been some communication about wanting quality of life there and more. So it says here at the bottom, Cold Snap has passed, but its danger cast a long shadow. Extreme weather will continue to test raiders as they scavenge the surface for the resources that keep Speranza running. Cold Snap went away pretty quick. Yes, there were candleberries. Okay, those are holiday related. I get it. Get rid of those and just let us have some more Cold Snap. Maybe that would be something cool. Increased arc presence, contributed to trouble, yada yada. Venturing topside, keep a lookout. New content is around the corner. So this roadmap reflects our current plans and is subject to change. Awesome stuff from Embark. This first quarter of 2026 is called Escalation, and then we have our Headwind, Shrouded Sky, Flashpoint, and Riven Tides. Great stuff. Really excited. We're almost at the end of January. We're going to get into a lot of this content here pretty quick. Tell me what you think in the comments. Am I off base in some of what I think they should put in or what to expect? Let me know.